Hey there. All right, so today I want to chat with you all about a question that comes up all the time whenever I do my free discovery calls with clients before they book me for a one-on-one session. We often chat through all the questions that they have, and there's one that continually comes up time after time. Clients are always wondering, how do I even know if I should be running ads? This is something that comes up. People think that because one person's doing it, they should be doing it. And that's not necessarily the case. And so I just wanted to dive into questions that I always run through with my potential clients before we do any one-on-one strategy session calls. So just wanted to chat through these things with you just to plant that seed and get you thinking about if ads are right for you or if they're not right for you. So the first thing that I ask potential clients is, what are you trying to accomplish with your ads? You need to have a specific goal in mind. And I want to give you some examples of types of ads that you can run and why they might be useful for you. So if you are someone who is selling a course, if you're trying to promote services, if you are trying to get people to book you for appointments, if you're trying to grow an email list, sell a product, if you're trying to increase attendance at either an online or an in-person event, or let's see, if you're trying to do any kind of retargeting or even increase engagement on your posts on Facebook or on your Facebook page, those would be really wonderful reasons to run an ad. Those are the most common types of ads that I run. Now, that's not an exhaustive list, but it's something to get you started and again, to plant that seed to be thinking about if those are goals for you, ads might be a right fit for you. Another thing that comes up is how much money should I be spending on my ads and what kind of return can I expect? We're going to dive into the whole return piece later. I could spend hours talking about what to expect for a return, what not to expect on your return, but I first want to lay out the point that you need to have money to experiment with your ads. I know it's scary. It's extremely scary. Thinking about dropping hundreds, thousands of dollars on your ads is a really terrifying thought. So that being said, before I take on any one-on-one clients, before I take on any new ads management clients, I always ask if they have money to spend on their ads. That sounds silly, but you've got to have that money to spend on the ads. So many clients, I guess, one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is they spend $50 on their ads and they get terrified because they don't know what happened to their money. They don't know what their return was. And so they shut everything off. And what I tell my one-on-one clients and my ads management clients is that you've got to have money to spend in order to see that return. And it's scary, but with a plan in place and someone coaching you along the way, you will see success. But you need to have at least $500 to be experimenting on these ads. Now, that can be over the course of a month. It depends how many campaigns you want to run, how many goals you have. If you're just looking for email list growth, maybe your amount of money you're spending on ads is smaller than if you're running an e-commerce campaign where you have multiple different funnels going at the same time. So that being said, just know there is so much testing that goes into finding that right possible combination, right? Think of, we've got to figure out what audience, what image, what message. If you're doing image, text, creating a graphic, video, whatever it is, we've got to figure out what that best possible combination is. So there needs to be money to experiment to figure that out. After you figure it out, that's where I tell my clients at the beginning, we often spend a little bit more during this testing period, and then we can tone it back. We can figure out exactly which audience was responding, exactly what message they were responding to. Or some of my clients say, hey, during that testing period, we had so many great insights. Let's actually turn up the ad spend because we gathered so much information. So all that being said, you just need to be ready to experiment and know that you've got to do some testing in order to get learnings. That's just how it is. And then the last thing that I like to chat about with people before I decide to take them on as a one-on-one strategy client or manage their ads for them is, so you have a goal, but you also need to think about what are you willing to invest in that goal. So think about it this way. Maybe your goal is to get 1,000 new email subscribers. Wonderful. That's a tangible goal that you can say, hey, maybe I have X amount of dollars and my goal is to get to this many email subscribers. Or maybe you have a shop and you're selling a $50 product. Well, you know that you need to have those sales coming in for under $50 after your testing phase is done. And so it's just important to think about what that goal is and what you're willing to invest, what it's worth back to your business. Maybe you know that by growing your email list, you grow, your number of clients or services or products you sell. So very last thing I'm going to leave you with is you absolutely have to have a plan in place. Please, please do not spend money boosting. Do not spend money on ads if you don't have a plan in place. Every single business owner that I work with, I'd say almost every business owner I work with, is someone who's tried ads before and they say, they don't work, I boosted a post, I don't know what happened, I spent money on ads, they don't work for my business, and they're looking for an answer. It's not that ads don't work, it's that they did not have a plan in place to be able to track what their return was, and they also didn't know how to optimize ads to have their ads work for them. So we're going to be diving into all these topics this year, but I just wanted to plant the seed and get you thinking about the few things that I always chat with business owners about before I agree to take them on as an ads client. So hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.